How's it going, guys? This is Eric with Deranged Survival, and today, climbing Mount Jackson. I'm actually on the Crawford path trail. So here's the trail sign here. I'm actually going to be taking this trail right here. It's 2.6 miles, and that's going to take me over to Mount Jackson. And I guess this is the oldest continuously used mountain trail in America. Good to know. So it's about 54 degrees today. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Pretty windy and chilly. And on the tops of the mountains it's pretty foggy, so hopefully by the time I get up there it clears up a bit. I'm taking another trail down, Webster Jackson Trail, I believe. I have it on my map, I'll look at it later. It's about 2.6 miles to the trail junction. Not too bad. Let's see what we come across. Let's go. So one thing a lot of people do when they go hiking is they kind of just focus on trekking X amount of miles. I like to take it slow, observe my surroundings, and so you don't miss a lot of interesting things like this right here. If you guys don't know, this is a yellow birch tree. You can tell by the yellow coloration, and the curls are not as large as the paper birch. So it's a yellow birch tree. Scroll on up the tree, we got some chaga. So chaga grows on yellow birch as well. And right there is a white birch. You can see how much it peels off compared to this one here. Chaga grows on yellow birch, or river birch, some people like to call it. Alright guys, so we're at a trail junction here. There's a couple of guys hiking up, and I've been passing them, they've been passing me, so we met on this trail junction here. Hello. And we'll just go through everybody that can say their name, and a couple of people have Instagram, so check it out when you get a chance. So I'll start with you.
I'm Jan Ritzenhoff from Connecticut.
Yeah.
I'm Sean. Nice to meet you. Tristan from Connecticut.
Michael Komatz from Florida. Follow me on Insta.
What's your Instagram name?
Michael Komatz, MICHAELKOMATZ.
I'm not going to remember that one.
Tequila Mina. I'm from New Jersey. Tequila Mina on Instagram. I don't know how to spell my name. So check it out.
I'll put the information on the screen for you guys, so check it out when you get a chance. Yeah. Awesome.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Happy trails.
All right, so the trail's starting to level out a little bit. I'm pretty close to above the tree line now. It's pretty windy up here, and I'm walking through a small stream here. But this forest is dense up here. Here comes the wind. Gotta be careful of falling trees. But this trail's pretty swampy here. Not too bad though, it's nice and level. A lot of moss everywhere. You can tell it's always damp in this area. I'll show you guys my watch here. I almost went 2 miles. And we're 3,737 feet in elevation. I've been hiking for almost 2 hours here. So I'm going about 1 mile an hour. 1 mile an hour. Now that's a record. No, I do a lot of stopping for filming, taking pictures, talking to people, stuff of that nature. In nature. Stuff of that nature in nature. So we're at a trail junction here. Usually when I stop at a trail junction, I'll pull up my map, double check, make sure I'm going in the right direction. Trail sign here. We were just on this trail here, and if I go off in that direction, 200 feet, there's going to be a hut. I'll probably go check that out and have lunch there. But I'm actually taking the Webster Jackson Trail, 1.6 miles. I started right here on the road, headed to this trail junction, went up here. This is where I met those guys. Now I'm heading up to this. I'm at this junction right here. And then I'm heading to 1.4 miles this way to Mount Jackson, right here. So this is the trail right here, 1.7 miles. A little bit different than my map, but that's what it is. What do we have here? When I said hut, I didn't think it was going to be a full building. So I guess it's a lodge. Huh. In the middle of the mountains, who knew? But I'm going to stop here and have lunch, I guess. So after my lunch there, went back on the trail and I just started hiking uphill, and I didn't realize I was going on the wrong trail. Every time you're at a trail junction or you stop for a snack, just make sure you're heading down the right direction. Because I just walked about 200 feet uphill and realized I was going down the wrong trail, so I had to go down that muddy path, and it was pretty steep and rigid, so you always want to pay attention, make sure you're going on the right trail. Take that second, stop, observe your surroundings, make sure you're going the right way, pull out your map and compass. Just so you know, that's a microphone. Not some weird hairy thing on my chest. So I just realized something. Why I really enjoy hiking outdoors and just being outdoors in general. And it kind of stems down to, a lot of people say, spend time in nature and you'll find yourself. Well, I kind of grasped that concept a couple seconds ago while walking. I think the main reason that plays into effect is because when you're out here, you're paying attention to every single step you take. And how often do you do that in your normal everyday life? You're walking on the sidewalk, you're walking in your house, you're never looking down, never paying attention to each step. How often do you pay attention to the branches and the things that are eye level that you could bump into in your everyday life? Hardly ever. We're so used to being comfortable walking on a flat surface and being surrounded by everything that we're familiar with. Oh, there's a cliff here. Whoa. So when you come outside and into the dense woods like this, something happens. You start to pay attention more. Not just about the things around you, but you start to pay attention more about yourself. Oh, my hands are starting to get cold. Let me put on some gloves. Oh, I'm starting to sweat. Let me relax, sit down, have a snack, take a sip of water. I think when they say you find yourself out here, I think it's just because you pay attention to yourself more. Hold on, we got some people on the trail. Good, just talking to myself.
Do it all the time.
Have a good one.
You too.
If the bugs start to bother you, you either put on bug spray or throw on a bug net. So your whole goal when you're spending time out here is just to be comfortable and just to relax, and there's really no worries. You're just focused on yourself. And I think that's why a lot of people so-called find themselves when they're in nature, because you, the elements, and all the living organisms around you. A lot of people ask me, why do you go hiking alone? I'm not alone. Everything around me is alive. But yeah, comment below on what you enjoy about hiking, spending time outdoors. Love to hear you guys' stories. Doesn't necessarily have to be pertaining to finding yourself, but just why do you enjoy it? What do you love about it? And help me encourage more people to do it, because it's so relaxing and peaceful. Just came from over that ledge there. I don't know if you can see in the distance, that was the hut that I was at, that little white dot. Off in the distance, all the way up there, it's Mount Washington. Beautiful landscape. It's quite windy up here. So I want to show you guys a little dose of proper trail etiquette. It's a thing, you know. Just hiking down the trail here, found an Nalgene bottle raised up off the ground, preferably at chest or eye height. Usually if you find something on the ground that somebody dropped, that's what you do. Place it in the tree, hang it from a branch about chest height or eye height, so when the person comes down they can see it. It's just proper trail etiquette right there. Don't touch it. It's not yours. Something to always partake in. You never want to take somebody else's belongings, especially a water bottle. It's crucial out here. Staying hydrated is important. So hopefully that person comes back down this trail and picks it up. And here's the trail. Small stream going through it. Not as bad as the other trail though when I came up. Fairly strenuous if you're not used to being on your feet all day or hiking, walking up and down stairs all day. That's pretty much what it is. But it's enjoyable when you get to the top. You see the beautiful views, get to relax. You have that fresh, crisp mountain air blowing in your face. It's peaceful. I got people coming. Gotta go. So one thing that's important is staying hydrated. Got my canteen here. Got a Sawyer mini water filter. And I just have a Ranger band here, just to hold it all together. I have just a regular bottle cap. I actually lost the one that came with it, so any soda bottle cap fits on it perfectly fine. One thing I always do when I take my canteen cover off, I put it on my carabiner here where my keys are, so I don't lose it, so I don't place it in the water and contaminate it. Very simple. Blow into it. I put my hand around the top. I don't put my lips on the rim there. This way it opens up like that. Screw on top. Once it's filled with water, squeeze it through. Good to go. Alright, so one thing you want to make sure you do when you're pouring it in, make sure you pour it in at an angle. You don't want to do it directly up and down because this bag is wet and you don't want any of these water droplets to fall into your canteen. You want to make sure every single drop of water that goes into this canteen is filtered through this. You don't want any water to drip off of the filter itself on the exterior layer of the filter. And that's all you do. Pour it in. It takes about 3 of these bags full, 3 bagfuls to fill up the whole canteen. So I'll just show you guys one really quick. Those are some important tips. Make sure you don't fill it up directly up and down. Make sure you fill it up at an angle because you don't want any water dripping off, contaminated water to drip off of this and into your canteen. Yeah! Just came from Mount Jackson, 1.2 miles. This trail goes up this direction. It's a blue blaze trail. And there's another sign here. This takes you to Mount Webster. Mount Webster. There you go. That's how you say it. 1.1 miles off in that direction there. But I'm actually going, taking the Webster Jackson Trail, and it brings me back to Route 302 off in this direction. So that's where we're going. We got a trail junction here, Webster Jackson Trail, and there's the cliff. Just came from this direction here. Now I'm heading down in this direction here. I don't know if you can see in the distance there, but there's the road. Looks like little ants down there. When you get to a trail intersection, I had to pull up my map. I know I had to go northwest. I pulled out my compass, and that's northwest. And make sure, if you're not familiar with how to use a map and compass, do some research. Make sure you have the right magnetic declination. It's extremely important because north on a compass is not north on a map. There's a certain degree difference, and you have to know that distance in order to use the map and the compass together. So I'm going this way, northwest, to the road. Bye. Alright, so we're at the end of the trail here. The road's right behind me. That's it. Nice scenic views at the top. Let's check out how many miles I hiked. I got this Sunto watch from Bush Channel. I won one of his giveaways. Did 6 miles, 6.78 miles. Not bad. It was a fun hike, wasn't too strenuous. There was a couple parts where I had to climb on my hands and knees, but that's about it. Not bad. So I appreciate all the views, comments, and support, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah!